I've never seen an organization more committed to self-imploding than the WNBA.
Brittney Griner never saw it coming. One moment, she's walking off the court after fouling out against Caitlin Clark, muttering something under her breath, and boom, the internet explodes. But the real shock? It wasn't another player who clapped back. It was swimmer Riley Gaines, who lit Griner up so hard it felt like a slow-motion public takedown. Griner thought she could say her piece and move on.
Wrong.
Gaines didn't just respond, she unleashed a full-blown smackdown that echoed across the entire sports world.
Looks to me like she is saying trash and then calling Caitlin Clark a sleep white girl.
Looks like she called Caitlin Clark a trash white girl. It all kicked off after that infamous Fever versus Dream matchup, and things haven't been the same since.
That's another foul-out situation for BG.
Cameras caught Griner mouthing something.
Slow it down. Zoom in.
Read her lips. It definitely didn't look like whack call. A lot of people are convinced she said, trash white girl.
Okay, look, again, I'm not a rocket scientist. If she doesn't say trash effing white girl, I don't know what to tell you.
Against Caitlin Clark, the one player who's arguably done more for WNBA ticket sales, jersey revenue, and attention than anyone in decades. And what did the league do? Nothing. No statement. No questions. No investigation. Just silence. That's when Riley Gaines stepped in like a one-woman truth bomb. And let's be real, she's handled bigger storms than this.
Something I didn't have on my bucket list. Simone Biles and Riley Gaines going at it over a transgender athlete.
She's handled bigger media storms before, but this time, Riley Gaines saw a pattern. An entire league bending over backwards to protect one player, while completely ignoring another. Let's be real, Gaines didn't just comment, she went nuclear. She called out how fast the WNBA reacts when someone says something about Angel Reese or Brittney Griner. Suddenly, there's a press release, a league review, and statements flying out like t-shirts from a cannon. But when it's Caitlin Clark, a video literally exists, and the league doesn't even ask Griner what she said. Now flip the script. Imagine if Clark had said anything even close to that about Griner, the WNBA would have sent a helicopter mid-game just to suspend her on the spot.
The league would very much not be okay with a white player saying fucking black girl, but because the league is 60+% black, that makes it okay for a black player to say fucking white girl in anger.
Sponsors would have disappeared overnight. ESPN would be rolling out dramatic specials with somber music. Think that's an exaggeration? Just ask Ja Morant how fast the NBA moves when the cameras catch something controversial. But this isn't just about lip-reading a blurry clip, it goes way deeper. Riley Gaines is done watching powerful institutions pretend to stand for fairness, only to abandon it when it's inconvenient. She didn't just say what everyone was thinking, she amplified it. Loud and clear. And in doing so, she exposed the truth. Brittney Griner and the WNBA weren't ready for this kind of smoke. Gaines didn't toss a jab, she launched a full-blown offensive. No vague opinions. No guessing games. Just facts, footage, and one message that couldn't be ignored. The WNBA is playing favorites, and now everyone sees it. While the mainstream sports media scrambled to defend Griner, claiming she said whack call instead of white girl, Gaines wasn't buying it. She told viewers straight up, watch the video for yourself. That's it.
Now, imagine if Caitlin Clark said the inverse of this. It would be reprehensible, condemned, and understandably so.
No spin.
No excuses. Just cold, hard playback. But here's the kicker, this isn't just about one ugly comment from one player. It's about how the league responds when it's someone they want to protect. Riley Gaines exposed something deeper, something uglier. The WNBA has no issue launching full investigations over fake allegations. Remember when Angel Reese claimed Indiana Fever fans shouted racist slurs? No proof, no video, zero evidence. And yet, the league jumped in press releases, social media posts, full PR mode for something that never happened.
But now,
a real moment caught on video. Brittney Griner, who, let's not forget, was literally traded for a Russian arms dealer possibly uses a racially charged slur against Caitlin Clark. And what does the league do? Absolutely nothing. No questions asked. No statements. No consequences. Just silence. Gaines made sure no one missed it. She didn't just call it out, she forced the spotlight right onto the hypocrisy.
Just a reminder, this is who Joe Biden traded for the Russian merchant of death. So many WNBA players hate Caitlin Clark so much when she is the best thing that could have happened to the league.
And here's where the whole thing starts to crumble behind the scenes. Media outlet Outkick requested press credentials, not to harass, not to grandstand, just to ask Griner the question no one else would. The WNBA denied them. Their excuse? Not enough space. Really? A professional sports league suddenly ran out of seats? This isn't a local rec league. This is supposed to be a national league with global reach. But the moment real heat came down on one of their favorites, the WNBA slammed the doors shut and hoped the cameras stopped rolling. Then came Riley Gaines, and that's when the internet caught fire.
She didn't tiptoe.
She didn't sugarcoat. She called out the double standard so clearly, so unapologetically, that even people who never watched a single women's basketball game started paying attention. And then, Gaines dropped her most brutal point. Brittney Griner, the same player the US government brought back home in exchange for Victor Bout, a man literally nicknamed the Merchant of Death, returned from a Russian gulag and chose to kneel during the national anthem.
To get her back,
the Merchant of Death.
The Merchant of Death, an arms dealer that wanted to kill American citizens, according to the reports.
And now she's out here making questionable comments caught on video with zero consequences. If this were the NBA, Adam Silver would have launched a 12-page investigation before breakfast.
Effective immediately, I am banning Mr. Sterling for life from any association with the Clippers organization or the NBA.
This wasn't just hypocrisy, it was sabotage in real time. The WNBA had a golden ticket in Caitlin Clark, a once-in-a-generation player packing arenas, breaking viewership records, and bringing in millions of new fans. But instead of protecting her, the league is bending over backward to shield the ones trying to tear her down. And Riley Gaines finally said, enough. So, what did the WNBA do when someone like Gaines called out the double standard on national television, no less? They panicked. Not in public, of course. Behind closed doors. Quietly. Instead of addressing the issue head-on, they started dodging, spinning, and hoping the outrage would fizzle out. And here's where it gets even more ridiculous. While the league had no problem launching an investigation into fake racial claims against Clark's fanbase, even pushing that story across major outlets, they suddenly lost their voice when actual video evidence surfaced. Clear footage. Lip-read frame by frame. The internet had receipts. But somehow, the WNBA couldn't find a microphone. Let's connect the dots. This is the same league that bragged for months about Caitlin Clark's impact. Her games with the Indiana Fever pulled in over 2.1 million viewers, the most watched WNBA game in 2 decades. Ticket prices surged. Jersey sales exploded. Media attention through the roof. She became the face of the league overnight. And yet, when Brittney Griner is caught on video possibly making a racially charged remark toward Clark, no statement, no investigation, just silence.
Why?
Because if they punish Griner, they admit the double standard. They prove Riley Gaines right. And once that dam breaks, other questions come pouring in. Like, why is Griner on the US Olympic team, while Clark, the biggest draw in women's basketball, was left off? Why are reporters being denied access for simply trying to ask real questions? This isn't just neglect. It's a cover-up. A deliberate effort to silence anyone trying to pull back the curtain. And we've seen this playbook before. Remember how the NBA tiptoed around Daryl Morey's China comments? Same energy. Everyone's scared to poke the bear, even when the bear is tearing the league apart from the inside. But here's the problem for the WNBA. You can't silence Riley Gaines.
You can watch and make up your own mind as to what it appears Brittney Griner is saying. It's not certain what Griner says. There is one way to find out. Ask Brittney Griner. However, no one has done that except for Outkick.
She's not afraid of backlash. She's lived through it. Riley Gaines competed against biological men in swimming, spoke out when others stayed silent, and got dragged by media pundits for months. But she never backed down. So when she saw the WNBA playing favorites, she knew exactly what to do. And this wasn't just a tweet. She showed up on Fox News, broke it all down: the video, the double standard, the hypocrisy, and made sure the truth reached everyone. Not just basketball fans. Casual viewers, political commentators, even Olympic athletes all started seeing the pattern loud and clear. Because this wasn't just about calling out Brittney Griner. It was about exposing the system that protects her. And that's what made the WNBA squirm. They weren't ready for someone like Riley Gaines, someone who can't be dismissed as just another hater. She has credibility, courage, and a following that sees through the spin. Now the real question is, how far is the WNBA willing to go to protect its narrative? Because this isn't just about denying one press credential. It's not just about one clip of Brittney Griner muttering under her breath. It's about a clear pattern: a league bending over backwards to defend certain players, while throwing its biggest star under the bus. And no one's explaining why. So let's zoom out and take a look at how this PR mess spiraled from bad to brutal. And it all starts with one of the biggest head-scratchers of all: the Olympic team snub.
How was the attendance for Team USA in the Olympics? What would it have been like if Caitlin Clark was playing on that team?
Caitlin Clark, the WNBA's biggest draw, didn't make the Olympic team. Meanwhile, Brittney Griner, who's been at the center of controversy time and time again, was locked in without question.
Why?
Forget skill. Forget stats. This wasn't about basketball, this was about politics and sneakers. A league more obsessed with symbolism than common sense. And if that sounds harsh, look at the facts. This is the same league that claims it's all about merit, yet they picked a player who just fouled out of a game and was caught on video possibly insulting another player. Let's not forget, the US traded Victor about a man who sold weapons used to kill Americans just to bring Griner home. And what did she do when she returned? She took a knee during the national anthem and made headlines for all the wrong reasons. That's not just ungrateful, that's a full-blown PR nightmare. This wasn't just a mistake. It was a self-inflicted wound by the WNBA. And Riley Gaines? She ripped the curtain wide open. She reminded everyone how fast the league moved to investigate a lie from Angel Reese. How quickly they spun the media machine to protect their favorites. But when something real happens, when it's caught on tape, suddenly the league has no answers, no response, and no press passes left. If you're tired of the double standards and you want to see more content that tells the truth, hit that subscribe button and help us keep this conversation alive. Thanks for watching.